and welcome back to the Nourisher podcast. So, today we are going to have a little honest, casual girl dinner and rosé type of solo episode. I'm going to start off with something that I've been thinking about for the past few weeks, and honestly, it might be a little spicy. So, are you ready for this? The version of you that had it all together, she's gone. And I think that that might be the best thing that has ever happened to you. I know, stay with me because I promise this is going to go somewhere good. So if you don't know what's been going on in my life recently, we just moved, like full on boxes everywhere. Can't find the scissors. Why does no one know where the scissors are? Moved. And honestly, it has been a lot. Like the entire process, packing, all the nerves, a lot. The kind where you pour your coffee and then completely forget where you put it and then where you start packing and then a few hours later we find it in the bathroom. That kind of just messy moving. But in the middle of all of the chaos, I've had this thought that just keeps coming back to me, and it's the thing that I really wanted to talk about today. We spend so much energy trying to get back to who we were before things got hard. And I'm starting to think, what if that's actually the problem? I've been telling myself for the past couple of weeks, like, let's get past this week. Let's get into a new routine. I need to get back to my routine. And I just don't know that that is even possible at this point, or if that's what I should be telling myself. So here's what I want to name first, because I don't think that we talk about this enough. When your life changes, even when it's a good change, like moving, or a change that you chose, there is always grief in that. And I know grief is a really almost like dramatic word, but it truly is grieving your former life or what you're used to. And I don't mean it like someone passed away. I just mean it's a quieter kind of grief, the kind where we just miss the way that things felt. Your old kitchen, your old commute, your old routine, the coffee shop that you used to go to on Saturday mornings. And it's just the routine that worked for you, even if it wasn't perfect or if it took you years to get that routine down. And for me right now, it's my gym routine. It's my 7-minute commute to work, knowing exactly where everything was at my regular grocery store, the specific way that the light came through my living room in the afternoon. And, it's just all of those tiny little things that we don't think about until we don't have them anymore. And here's the thing. I don't feel like most of us let ourselves feel that. Like we white knuckle through everything and we just say, it's fine. I'm fine. Everything is fine. This is a great change. It's good. And while internally we're kind of just disheveled, we're grieving, we're confused. We don't know where to go from this point forward. And when we don't acknowledge the grief, it doesn't go away. It just sits there underneath everything, making it really hard to actually show up for the new thing. I know last night me and my husband went for this beautiful walk in our new neighborhood, and it was the first time that I really felt like I wasn't having to plan where the furniture was going to go, think about the week coming up and when I'm going to go to the gym, if I'm going to switch gyms, what grocery store should I go to? Is there a Walgreens in Canyon? There's not. And so last night was really the first time that I allowed myself to just like sit back, take this really peaceful walk and look at how amazing the view was. We can see the sunset. The weather was perfect. And I just felt inspired to kind of reflect on that moment. And in this episode, I wanted to do the same thing with all of you because there's so many things going on in our life every single day. And we just have to stop, appreciate the moment, and allow it to lead us into this new life after change. So if you are in a season of change right now, whether it is a move, a new job, a new baby, a relationship ending, a friendship shifting, anything, can I just give you permission to say that this is hard and I miss how things were, and that is completely normal. You do not have to be grateful 24/7. You don't have to be positive. You are allowed to miss it. Okay, so here's where I'm going to get a little spicy again. Once we go through the initial shock of a life change, most of us go into rebuilding mode like that. And rebuilding sounds really good, like productive, forward moving. You're not wallowing, you're rebuilding, you get a gold star. Hooray. But here is what I have noticed in myself and in so many conversations I've had with friends and family. Rebuilding mode almost always looks like trying to recreate exactly what we had before. Same routine, same habits, same rhythms, just in a new place, in the new job, in the new season, in the new house. And sometimes that works, but sometimes, well, a lot of the times, we're spending all of this energy trying to rebuild a version of ourselves that wasn't even fully working to begin with, right? Like before the move, I had this whole routine that I was really proud of. It felt aligned, it felt nourished, I wake up, it's Tuesday. This is what my Tuesdays always look like. And it was also just really exhausting, if I'm being honest. I was doing it because I felt like I was supposed to, not because it was actually filling me up. I am the type of person who guilt trips myself into going to the gym, even when I have a hard day, and I'd rather go home and just, I don't know, read a good book and go to sleep early. So when we moved and life just kind of blew up and the days were really tricky, part of me was like, okay, I just need to get back to that. And then another part of me was like, do you though? Is this the routine that was truly working for you to begin with, right? And to me, it's feeling like the chaos of this life transition is actually a rare invitation. It's like the universe basically saying, okay, slate is kind of blankish. So what do you actually want to put on that? And the question is so much more interesting than how do I get back to what I had? Like, I need to give myself permission to not be out of my house right at 8:45 every single morning, or need to give myself permission to enjoy the drive home after a long day at work. Like, are these the things that I want to put on my slate? This is the way that I want to live life moving forward. Okay. So this brings me to the question that has honestly been carrying me through the last few weeks. And what is it that actually nourishes me right now? Like right now in this season with all of the things that I have going on. Not what nourished me 6 months ago, not what I think should nourish me, and not what looks nourishing on paper. Because, we all read the self-help books. We all do the motivational quotes from Instagram, and it just sounds really nice. I just don't know if that's exactly where I'm at right now. So what is actually filling my cup here in this moment? And I want to share my honest answers because I feel like they are really not that glamorous at all, but it's a really good cup of tea. I stopped drinking coffee like 6 months ago, and it has actually been one of the best things that I feel like I could have done for my mental and my body. But brewing my good cup of tea that I actually drink like when it's hot, that has been huge for me. Not making it, running off to do something else. It's making it, sitting down, enjoying it, really like taking in the flavor. That sounds so hippie like, but it is so true. Another thing I really want to start doing is sitting on my porch for like 10 minutes in the morning, even if it's a mess out there. Because listen, we live in the Texas Panhandle, and right now the wind is blowing like 90 miles an hour. But I do want to be more present in the outdoors. Like, we bought this house, it has a wonderful patio, and I'm really wanting to be intentional about sitting out there in the morning, letting the sun hit my face, and setting my intentions for the day. I also want to take advantage of this longer commute driving from Canyon to downtown Amarillo. I have had so many conversations that have just been pushed to the side, or I haven't checked in with certain friends because I just feel like I'm always running from here to there constantly. So I have about a 20-minute commute to work every day, and I really want to be intentional with that time and call the people that I've been meaning to talk to, or send the voice memo of telling somebody that I am thinking about them today, or that I know they have something important coming up. Even though like listening to a podcast or the radio or my Spotify is great, sometimes I just need my mom's voice, or I need to talk to my sister who's about to have her second baby, or my best friend that I haven't talked to in forever who's also having a baby. But that's kind of it right now. It's small. It's not a 5-step morning routine or 75 hard challenge. It's just a few tiny things that really are going to make me feel more like myself in this moment and in this new season. And here's what I want you to hear. That is enough. Okay. Actually, it's more than enough. In a season of constant change and chaos, finding even one thing that genuinely nourishes you, that is like the work that is going to improve your life from this day forward. So I want to ask you, not in a homework way, just in a curious, like, let's think about this together way. What is actually filling you up right now? And I mean, actually, not what you wish was filling you up. What is? Sometimes those answers might surprise us. Sometimes they could be a little embarrassing. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I want to walk around my house when no one's home in like really cute pajamas and turn on my R&B playlist and just dance around because I don't know. That's what makes me feel good in the moment. And sometimes they can be so simple that we almost just dismiss them. But those simple things, they are the anchors. They are what keeps us from completely losing ourselves in the chaos. And on that same note, if there's a morning where my commute doesn't quite look the same as it did yesterday, that's totally okay. I used to do this thing a couple of years ago where I was really just in a bad place mentally. Every day I woke up and I was like, today's hard. Today's hard. Today's going to be hard. I don't really have a lot of positive things going on. I was just kind of in this environment where I felt like every day was just negativity. And so I told myself, what is one thing every morning? Like every morning I would wake up, it would be different. But what is one thing I want to do today to make myself feel better or fulfill myself? And sometimes that may have been go for a walk. Sometimes it may have been I'm going to enjoy one glass of guilt-free wine. Some days it could be I want to read for an hour. It looks different. So it's also okay if you establishing these tiny little moments is not consistent, because every day you might feel like you want to enjoy a piece of cheesecake, but then the next day you might decide you want to spend 2 hours at the gym. Both of those things are totally fine, by the way. So, okay, I'm going to leave you with something to sit with. I don't want you to solve anything. You don't have to act on it right now. I just want you to carry it around with you for a little bit today and ask yourself one question. If you were not trying to rebuild your old life, what would you actually choose to bring with you into this new one? Okay, say it again. If you're not trying to rebuild and get back to your old life, what are you going to choose to bring with you into this new life from today and the days ahead? Maybe the answer is the same stuff that you had before. Maybe it's totally different. Maybe you just don't know yet, and that's actually totally fine. But I think there's something really freeing about asking the question, because it shifts you from how do I get back to what do I actually want? And I think that's a more powerful place to be standing, in my opinion. So that's it for today. I'm just inviting you to do a little self-reflection while I do the same thing. I really appreciate you for being here and listening. I love these little snack episodes that are short and we get to kind of just reflect and girl chat for a little while. Thank you for being here. Seriously, you showing up for this podcast while I'm showing up from a house full of unpacked boxes. It just means everything to me. I really love these times together. And until next time, stay strong, stay connected, and keep growing.